So, captive portal. A captive portal is a web page that the user of a public access network is obliged to view and interact with before access is granted. Captive portals are typically used by business centers, airports, hotel lobbies, coffee shops, and other venues that offer free Wi-Fi hotspot for internet users. And so, also some like mobile operators that are organizing Wi-Fi access point using the hotspot intercepting portals with authorization on the web interface, which means the Capital Portal login. So, what is Capital Portal? There is an open network to which you can connect without a password. But when you try to access any site, we will be transferred to a page where you need to enter your credential, make payment, confirm a phone number using SMS, something similar to. Intercepting portal is an alternative method to limit the number of users. Due to this approach, it is possible to flexibly regulate access to the internet network, for example, to issue accounting data that are valid for a specified period of time and to monitor the activity of a specific user. Sometimes, in order to gain access, it is enough to enter a PIN from a free SMS message or ask for a username and password at the reception. But sometimes you need to buy access. For example, like there is a message that says that I am currently connected to like a single network. So, in order to be used by the internet access service, you need to contact the office, and I do not want to go there because I already know that they will tell me that some money I have to charge, so you have to pay some money to use. So, not sure if I need internet for such condition. So, let's talk about captive portals hacking with authorization on the web interface. So, we will use hack captive portals, a script for breaking into any captive portals using the MAC spoofing technique. So, if you have Linux, Kali Linux or any Linux distributor and Ubuntu, Linux Mint or Debian or any other their derivatives, then you have to install this package. So, just type it into a terminal and it will install this. So, after that you have to download the script itself. So, make sure you download using this command. Then what you have to do is make the file executable. So, just run this simple code. I already selected this so that you can understand. So, just after that you have to do is make the file executable, then the finally just run. So, as you can see, it will get your result similar like this, and you will see the line that you can surf the internet. So, next, how to make like Capital Portal signal available to other devices. No matter how you get access, legally or illegally, you can share your internet connection for multiple devices. You can open internet access from a virtual machine to a real computer. In this principle, I use a method called this. So, what do you need to do is, we will need to have two Wi-Fi adapters. One is connected to the intercept portal and second is distributing the internet for its. So, previous stage, when we crack the intercept portal, it's quite possible that we use the connection using the network manager. We will reduce the number of incomprehensible hangs and save our nerves if we perform subsequent actions using network manager. So, what you have to do now is you have to install some additional packages into your Linux machine. So, make sure just type this. As you can see, it's pretty easy. Just what you have to do is just type every one of the codes in your Linux terminal, and it will do all of this automatically. Then after that, after you install additional packages, what you have to do now is you have to stop the network manager. So, just type this and it will, as you can see, airmong ng, it will kill the network manager. So if you are working from a virtual machine, then you need to disconnect the virtual wired connection so that the script will not get confused when it searches for the default gateway. If necessary, just change the Ethernet 0, which is the default wireless from your virtual machine, name to your WAN network interface. Then what you have to do now is, from this next you have to type or terminal, you have to use couple of more commands to execute this. So after that, if you are working for a virtual machine, there are some differences from connected to the access point from the command line. So because we are connected to an access point with encryption, means with a password, now we will connect to an open access without a password. So what you have to do is, we have to, for example, create a configuration file, and we will name it, because I didn't explain this. So what you just type down, it will turn off your internet on your virtual machine. So as you can see, this is the default virtual machine Ethernet wireless. So just type this terminal, it will turn off your network connection on your virtual machine. So after that, just make sure create a configuration file, name wpa_soup.configuration, so config. So what you have to do now, so connect this using this configuration file. So you have to wait something appears, like as you can see, control event. So after typing this, it will show something like this, connection to. So since we have not transferred the process in the background, then open a new console window, or just you can just clear the previous one and work from that, but it's better to use a new console window and enter, just type this sudo dhylan. So at this point you have to run the captive portal hacking script. So this is the script. So it will take couple of minutes and wait until successful completion. Now we need to raise our own access point, which will use the intercept portal interface as a source of internet access. So we look at the name of our interface by like this. So this is our interface. So the couple of network interfaces. So just type IWDevs and it will give you all the interfaces. So what you have to do now is, so you have to create an API, name anything, like I named it as Kali tutorial. So just type create API or ORLAN hackware this line. So after that, if a string will appear, then as you can see, Wi-Fi LAN 1 or 0 is API enabled. Then if you see this, then everything went well. The command above creates a API, the connection of which is not the password protected. So if you want to create a password protected API, then use a command like this, WLAN 0 API enabled. Then what you have to do is, as you can see, previously our API is enabled. So now what you have to do, you use a command to create a password protected API. So sudo create API. For example, like in order for my API to have like password, so this is the password. So I use this command as previously told. This is my name, Kali tutorial. So F is here. So if your wireless adapter support IEEE 802.11n, then you can optionally use this one, this IEEE 211 option, which includes the IEEE 802.119. Since I carried out all the operation in the virtual machine to which two USB Wi-Fi adapters are connected, the virtual machine now has the internet, but the real computer does not have it. But since the virtual machine is running in a laptop with an integrated Wi-Fi card, my real computer connected to the access point that the virtual machine creates. The connection was successful and now the main computer also has internet. As you can see, this is all connected. To understand why it is so easy to get around the intercepting portal as well as to see other workarounds, so you need to understand exactly how the captive portal works. As it was already possible to see, this is an open access point that anyone can connect to. So remember this, we already have access to a local network without hacking. So if the phrase local network you immediately comes into mind like sniffing, then you are right. The network equipment is configured to redirect all the connected users to one and the same web pages configuration that contain the condition to access the network. So on the page you enter a PIN from a SMS or login and password, typically HTTP, used to access the intercept portal web pages. This is due to the peculiarities of the local network. It is impossible to obtain valid SSL certificates for local addresses, and the use of valid one adds nothing to security, but at the same time creates additional problems. So by the way, if you are connected to a portal and try to open something in a web browser, but you do not redirect to the captive portal web page, then most likely the fact is that you are trying to access the site with a HTTPS protocol. Try to open any site on HTTP and you will still transfer to the login page. To prevent users from using non-standard ports, for example like connected VPN or Tor or proxy browser, all traffic on all ports is blocked. In addition to UDP traffic on port 53, it is necessary to pass request to the DNS server. So network interfaces have a unique identifier MAC address. So it is on the basis of it that the device that is allowed access is remembered. Intercepting portal can leave cookies on a web browser, but they are on an auxiliary nature, for example to speed up re-authentication. So here the strong configuration of the intercept portal is described with protection to the fullest. So specific implementation may be weaker. For example, a DNS server can be used to redirect the portal page, which will respond to all requests with the IP address of the capital portal and thus will not have properly have filter traffic. So as a result, such as portal can be bypassed simply by using a normal VPN connection or by installing a DNS server in the setting paired with a Tor browser. So next we will talk about bypass the captive portal.